सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
Namaskar and a very good evening to all the viewers watching NCERT's live and interactive program. I am Shivani Jha and you have all connected with us through PM eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12. Besides this, you can also connect with us on our official YouTube handle that goes by the name NCERT Official. Well, let me apprise you all, for this half an hour we have our special program on Sahyog. And yes, as you all know, these Sahyog and Paricharcha sessions are brought to you by Manodarpan and is a great initiative of Ministry of Education as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan for providing psychosocial support and mental well-being to all the teachers, parents and students across the country. वेल हम अपने सभी दर्शकों को बताना चाहेंगे कि हर रोज़ सहयोग के कार्यक्रम के लिए एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक के साथ हम आपके सामने आते हैं और आज जिस टॉपिक पर हम बात करने वाले हैं वो भी हमारे सभी व्यूअर्स को लेके एंड स्पेशली हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को लेके काफ़ी इम्पॉर्टेंट है. सो द टॉपिक दैट वी हैव टेकन अप टुडे इज़ हैंडलिंग रिजेक्शन एंड फेलियर ड्यूरिंग एडोलसेंस. यस, एडोलसेंस एक ऐसी एज होती है जिस टाइम पे कई सारी सिचुएशंस हमें हैंडल करनी पड़ती है. कई सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आती है जिससे हमें टैकल करना पड़ता है और चाहे वो हम स्कूल की बात कर लें, कॉलेज लाइफ की बात कर लें, लेकिन उन सिचुएशंस में आखिर हम कैसे कोई डिसीज़न ले सकते हैं. जब रिजेक्शन की बात आती है, जब कहीं से हमें रिजेक्ट कर दिया जाता है, तब हमारे माइंड में कई तरह के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं कि क्या हम में कोई ख़राबी तो नहीं है, क्या हम में ही कोई कमी तो नहीं है. तो उस सिचुएशन में आप उसमें कैसे अपने आप को हैंडल कर सकते हैं, डील कर सकते हैं. आज इसी को लेकर हम बहुत सारे सजेशंस और टिप्स आप सभी तक पहुंचाने वाले हैं. एंड येस, टू delve deeper into this entire topic, we are also joined by our esteemed guest. So let me introduce to them first. Firstly, today we are joined by our expert Miss Monalisha Padhi. Ma'am is assistant professor at RIE NCERT Bhubaneswar. Ma'am, नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका.
नमस्कार.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And along with ma'am, we are also joined by our practicing counselor, Mr. Kanha Charan Podh. Sir, namaskar and welcome to our session.
Namaskar, ma'am.
जी सर, नमस्कार. And yes, dear viewers, along with our guest, we are also joined by our Indian Sign Language interpreter whose name is Sonal. So I also welcome you to this session. And now, in case if you have any queries, any questions or any suggestions, then you can also contact us via phone or our email ID. Our phone number is flashing on your screen. Firstly, it is 8800440559, and also we have another phone number of Manodarpan Tele Helpline. It is 8448440632. And yes, आप हमें email के जरिए भी अपना मैसेज जल्दी से जल्दी पहुंचा सकते हैं, which is sahyog.ncert@cet.nic.in. And yes, as you all know, this session of ours is live and interactive, so you can also drop your comments, your queries or your feedbacks in the live chat box option. And now we are starting our session for the topic that is handling rejection and failure during adolescence. And firstly, I would like to ask Mr. Kanha, sir, as we are continuously talking about adolescence and adolescence period, so why adolescence phase is considered as so crucial phase of life for all the adolescents?
Thank you, ma'am. Being a practitioner, counselor in school, recently we have completed PWT2, and from the next month, September, term 1 test will be organized from September 12. So, ma'am, our children, those who are in 12th class and 10th class, they are facing lots of problems, and every day they come to us with new problems. Here, with response to your questions, ma'am, I would like to describe some problems what they are facing in their adolescence. Adolescence is considered a crucial phase of life because it is a time period of rapid physical, psychological, emotional, and social development. It typically spans the age between 10 to 19 years and act as a bridge between childhood and adulthood. I would like to present some key reasons for which adolescents are so important. Adolescents undergo significant biological changes due to puberty, growth of spots, hormonal changes, and sexual maturation. These changes impact body image, self-esteem, and health behavior. The brain, particularly the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision making, impulse control, and reasoning, continues to develop. The teens start to think more abstractly, critically, and independently. They begin forming their own beliefs, values, and opinions. Emotionally, it is not just a time of physical growth, but it is also a period of significant emotional development. These changes, largely driven by hormonal shifts and the growing ability to think more complex, abstract. Here are some emotional changes we'll discuss. That it increases the sensitivity of the child, desire of getting more independence. They feels that they are much more stronger physically, and their senses of identity. The need for acceptances, develop of deeper emotions, struggle with self-esteem, and risk management. Many child, they feels that they should show their ability, how can they tackle risks without informing parents to satisfy their emotions, their struggles, their identity, and to show their risk management system. They sometimes they undertake hard drive, they risky driving, they fight with children, they fight with the peers, so that they can show their a new identity. Identity formation is one of the most important psychological tasks. It refers to the process by which young people can explore and define who they are, what they value, and what they want to become. This is the phase where individual explores who am I. We described in psychologically by Eric Erickson's theory of psychological development as a conflict between identity and role quality. They gain the ability to think abstractly and reflect on themselves. Some social issues are there. Social identity problem is an adolescence arises because adolescence is the key development of the stage when individuals are trying to figure out who they are. Peer relationships become more influential than family in many aspects. Academically, it is the conclusion of their academic aspects. They start and conclude all their economic activities in this period. Decision taken during this period gives them a stable educational system, and it becomes their role, it becomes their identity in future. So far morality is concerned, what morality they learn in schools and colleges, it was transmitted to the society in next years. So as this adolescence period creates a complete human adult, it is much more important part of his life, and we should, as a counselor, teachers, and parents, we should give much more importance to this period to make them good adults.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind insights. And here, let me again tell our viewers that we are continuously talking for the topic handling rejection and failure during adolescence. And yes, sir has just shared a very, key points regarding adolescence age, why is it so important for all of us. And regarding this, I would also like to talk to Miss Monalisha. Like, we are continuously talking about rejection and failure during the period of adolescence. So ma'am, why rejection and failure feels more intense during this period of adolescence?
Thank you, ma'am. Aj Kanha sir said that rejection and failure and all the adolescent age, this is a very crucial period of time, and the young people, they are in the transition period which is lie between childhood and adulthood. In this period, they are going through a rapid change during mental, physical, emotional changes. And moreover, the physical changes, the hormonal imbalance, they felt like their self image is more important than anything else. दे आर लाइक, अगर हम बच्चों के सामने हैं, अगर सबके सामने हमें कुछ बोला जा रहा है, कुछ मिस्टेक हो गया, तो उसको कैप्चर, उसको अच्छे से ये नहीं कर पाते हैं कि उसका क्या होगा, कैसे उसको हम अच्छे से फिर एक बार में फिर अपना सेल्फ एस्टीम, सेल्फ सेंस को वापस लाया जा सके, या फिर उसको हम एक एक्सपीरियंस की तरह, एक अपॉर्चुनिटी की तरह बिहेव करें, उसको उनको पता नहीं होता है. और दे आर वेरी क्रेविंग्स अबाउट द एक्सेप्टेंस, बिलोंगिंग्स, लव. अगर उनको वो सब नहीं मिला फ्रॉम देयर पेरेंट्स, फ्रॉम देयर फैमिली, फ्रॉम देयर peer groups, they felt like that it threatens their self-esteem and self-worth. It is a transition period and there is also lack of life experiences, so they do not understand that rejection and failure is a normal part of life. As a adulthood, or when an adult felt some rejection and failure in their life, they take it as an opportunity and they behave like that. But for a adolescent child, उन लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि सबके सामने हमें ये बोला गया है, या फिर सबके सामने ये हो रहा है, तो रिजेक्शन और फेलियर को एक नॉर्मल चीज़ की तरह नहीं ले पाते हैं. सो इन दिस केस हमें उनको उनके साथ शेयर करना चाहिए, उनका फीलिंग्स को भी समझना चाहिए, एंड टू गिव देम लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी टू फील फ्रीली, टू टॉक अस एंड टू शेयर देयर एक्सपीरियंस विथ अस. सो इन दिस पीरियड उनको छोटी सी बात भी उनको बहुत दुख देता है, और वो बहुत उसको बहुत ही डेप्थली वो ले जाते हैं. सो कभी कभी वो डिप्रेस भी फील होते हैं छोटी सी बात पे, क्योंकि इन दिस पीरियड दे फेल्ट द इमोशंस वेरी डीपली, एवरी इमोशंस, रेदर देन इट इज़ एंगर और फीलिंग सैड और फीलिंग हैप्पी, एवरी इमोशंस दे फील डीपली. सो अगर कोई सैड मोमेंट भी आता है, वो डीपली फीलिंग्स के वजह से वो डिप्रेस भी हो जाते हैं. So every rejection and failure feels intense during this age.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. यहाँ पर आपने बहुत ही अच्छी बात कही कि रिजेक्शन और फेलियर, उससे हमें डील करने के लिए सभी एडोलसेंस को कुछ ना कुछ सजेशन यहाँ पर लेने चाहिए, और कैसे उस सिचुएशन से बाहर निकले ये भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड एज वी ऑल नो, ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे होते हैं जिन्हें नहीं पता होता है कि अगर हमें सबके सामने किसी ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया तो अब हमें क्या करना चाहिए, हमें बुरा फील होने लग जाता है. एंड कई सारे इमोशंस, लाइक मोनालिशा मैम ऑलरेडी सेड कि कई सारे इमोशंस हमारे बॉडी में ऐसे आने लग जाते हैं, हार्मोन्स जो एक साथ वर्क करते हैं, जिसके कारण हम बहुत ज़्यादा कंफ्यूज भी फील करते हैं. बट येस, यहाँ पर एक और क्वेश्चन रेज होता है, एंड दैट इज़ कि हाउ कैन रिजेक्शन और फेलियर, इफ़ नॉट हैंडल्ड प्रॉपरली, इम्पैक्ट द मेंटल हेल्थ और बिहेवियर ऑफ एडोलसेंस. येस, अगर सही से हम उसे हैंडल नहीं कर पाएँ तो हमारे मेंटल हेल्थ और साथ ही हमारे बिहेवियर पर क्या कुछ इफेक्ट हो सकता है. सो दिस क्वेश्चन आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क टू मिस्टर कान्हा. So, sir, could you please answer this question?
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, what is happening in our day-to-day life in schools and colleges, every time whenever we are taking our monthly tests, then your term test or class test, everywhere, sometimes the child fails. And at that time, to inspire the child, sometimes the teachers are saying that you have not done well, you have failed, you have been rejected, you have to do more and more works. So when some teachers are giving this type of remarks, the child is feeling that he has been rejected. Sometimes in friendship, in romantic relationship, the child has been rejected and he feels that I have failed, I can't do anything. So this rejection turned into low self-esteem. He will think that I can't do anything, I have failed. So this type of rejection leads the child into low self-esteem. We should not say like this. We should encourage him with positive awareness. We can say that you can do well. Each time you might have not done well, but you try, continuously you try, and in the next exam you can do well. So our relations are concerned, we can advise them, this is not the right time. You are now in adolescence. if you will cross this age and become an adult, you can have some relationship with others, so that the child will feel that there is somebody with me who can guide me, and he will not go to self low esteem, but he will gradually understand what is his fault and what is his right. Sometimes fear of being judged or failing again and again leads to social anxiety, sadness, even sometimes critical and clinical depression. These failures, if we recognize that the boy is a failure one, he cannot do well, then depression may take him into lowest age. So instead of depressing him, we should help him to overcome the anxiety. The teacher should sit with the child. He should understand the problem of the child, and continuously with a regular interval, we have to touch his failures so that the child will not go to depression. I would like to give examples of the residential schools in our society. Residential schools are there. They are giving time to the child in daytime and in night time also. Teachers are helping them to find out the solution of their personal problem, at the same time educational problem. This helps the child to overcome depression with their social behavior and their academic behavior. Sometimes feeling rejected by peers may lead the adolescents to withdraw from the society, which can worsen by feeling loneliness. The child who are continuously scoring less marks, they feel lonely. They does not come with their peers. They does not mix with their peers. They fail to talk with their peers, and a new type of behavior, that is loneliness, develop in them. They sit in the last benches. They does not eat with others. They, in the mess also, they does not eat properly, and they become isolated from the society. If we will behave in that way, we can solve this problem also. Find out which child is continuously sitting alone. This is the work of responsible teachers and the counselors, that the student may not come to us, but we have to go to the child, find out his problem, why he is sitting lonely, so that we can help him to become a good boy. Success and failure does not estimate the life of a child. If the child will be continuously rejected, sometimes they show their risky behaviors. Some teens, they may not cope with the rejection, they may not cope with failures, and they, through unhealthy behaviors like substance use, aggression, harsh driving, they try to show their presence. So, it is the role of the teacher and the counselor to find out those child who were behaving risky behaviors, what is their actual problem, so that we can keep him in touch with them and bring them back into the track. Risky behaviors are actually very dangerous for the adolescents. Sometimes I will give the examples of the present Instagram, WhatsApp, the online games. They want to show their behavior in such a way that sometimes they lost their life also because of their teenage, and as they were unable to understand the pros and consequences of this type of situation.
Yes, sir.
Finally,
Yes.
sometimes falling in schools, being rejected academically can cause a lack of motivation. A student who fail in term 1 may not be failed in the term 2. If he will be given motivation, he may become a champion in the next examination. But if we will consider that he is a failure one, we should not give much time to him. In many schools, those who are having good reputations, what they are doing, they are creating batches, elated batches. Students having more than 90% scores, they are included in another batch, and students though who are scoring less mark, they has been confined in another class.
Yes, sir. And in this case, students face a lot of problem in their life. And yes, a single rejection can also be very enough to make themselves doubt on
Yes.
own. Yes, very truly said. And here I would like to ask my last question, as we are left with a very limited time. So I would like to ask Monalisha from you, like what are some effective counseling strategies or life skills that can help our adolescents cope with rejection and failure, and can we have some tips on that?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, we should give them freedom to talk freely. अगर हम उनको ये चांस ही नहीं देते हैं दो हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए, और कोई भी प्रॉब्लम में हम उनको ब्रेक करते हैं, फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम वो हमसे बात करने के लिए ही नहीं आएंगे. देन दे शुड गो फॉर देयर they go for their peer groups, and we don't know their peer group maybe give them good advice or maybe lead them to a wrong direction. सो हमें उनको चांस देना चाहिए फ्रीली बात करने के लिए. एवरी डे दे शुड कनेक्ट विद देयर पेरेंट्स, विद देयर फैमिली मेम्बर्स, विद देयर गुड पीयर ग्रुप्स. एंड हमें उनको टीच करना चाहिए कि लर्न थ्रू लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस. अगर कुछ मिस्टेक हो भी जाता है फिर भी वो मिस्टेक से सीख सकते हैं. एंड लर्न एंड वी शुड गिव देम अपॉर्चुनिटी टू लर्न थ्रू देयर मिस्टेक्स. एंड वी शुड गिव देम अपॉर्चुनिटी टू एंड टीच देम टू इमोशनल लिटरेसी, that to balance their emotion in different phases of life. And we should teach them to stay busy with life, with free time and with other healthy activities like their hobbies, their dancing, singing, music, all of that according to their interest. And they spend some time with supportive people also. So in this case, they talk to their parents. If they talk to their teachers, they should give them advice अकॉर्डिंगली. तो अगर बच्चे बात ही नहीं करेंगे तो हम उसे एडवाइस नहीं दे सकते. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमें उनको फ्रीली उनको स्पेस देना होगा. देन सेकेंडली उनको समझाना होगा कि कौन से स्टेज में किस तरह रिएक्ट करें, क्योंकि बच्चे बहुत जल्दी रिएक्ट कर देते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर इमोशंस. सो इमोशनल बैलेंसिंग इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी. सो आवर एम इज़ टू मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड दैट the failure, rejection is not the end, but it is a stepping towards the opportunity to learn and to future success. उनको लगता है कि एवरी रिजेक्शन एंड फेल्योर के बाद एक एंड हो जाता है, बट ये एक स्टार्टिंग है. तो ये उनको समझाना होगा और ये उनको टीच करना होगा कि वो कैसे इसको हैंडल कर पाए. सो डिफरेंट स्ट्रैटेजी आर दिस, ऑल ऑफ दिस. थैंक यू.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच मोनालिसा मैम. एंड बहुत अच्छे से आपने हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को, एडोलसेंट्स को काफ़ी सारे सजेशंस और टिप्स बताए. एंड यस, आज हमने बात किया हैंडलिंग रिजेक्शन एंड फेलियर ड्यूरिंग एडोलसेंस, क्योंकि ये बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है आप सभी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी जानना, क्योंकि हमारी इस एज में कई सारे रिजेक्शन हमें आती हैं, फेलियर्स आते हैं लाइफ में, एंड उससे टैकल करने के लिए भी टिप्स, सजेशंस काफ़ी ज़रूरी होते हैं. एंड दी मेन थिंग इज़ कि रिजेक्शन अगर एक बार हमें मिलती है तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि हमारी लाइफ वहाँ पर एंड हो चुकी है. इसके बाद भी कई सारे ऐसे चांसेस होते हैं, अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ होती हैं, जैसा कि हमारे गेस्ट ने भी हमें बताया अभी, और उनमें भी आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं और अपने आप को एक बेटर ह्यूमन बीइंग बनाकर निखार सकते हैं. एंड दिस इज़ दी मेन पॉजिटिव एनर्जी. सो हम पूरी आशा करते हैं कि आप सभी के लिए ये पूरा सहयोग का सेशन और टिप्स, सजेशंस काफ़ी हेल्पफुल रहे होंगे. अगर कोई भी क्वेरी या फिर डाउट अभी भी आपके मन में है तो आप हमसे बेझिझक कॉन्टैक्ट भी कर सकते हैं. तो चलिए, एज वी आर लेफ्ट विद अ वेरी लिमिटेड टाइम, तो यहाँ पर हमें अपना सेशन रैप अप करना होगा. बट बिफोर दैट आई वुड ऑल्सो लाइक टू थैंक आवर ऑल द गेस्ट. सो फर्स्टली थैंक यू मिस मोनालिसा पारी मैम फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस टुडे. धन्यवाद आपका.
थैंक यू मैम. Thank you. This is the opportunity for me. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. And also, I would like to thank Mr. Kanha, Charan, Podh, sir. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. Along with our guest, I would also like to thank our Indian Sign Language interpreter, Sonal. Sonal, thank you so much for joining us till last. And here, I would also like to tell all our viewers, please have a look on our screen for our tomorrow's upcoming programs. So, for tomorrow at 8 a.m., you can join us for channel number 6 to 12 for the program of yoga. And the topic for tomorrow will be yogic management for fear and phobias. After that, followed by 10 a.m., channel number 6 to 12, you can join us for the topic demonstration of simulation on show that hydrogen gas is evolved by the action of acids on submetals. And इसके बाद 11:30 चैनल नंबर 14 पर जुड़ेंगे फॉर द प्रोग्राम ऑफ उल्लास. 12 से 12:30 चैनल नंबर 1 पर जुड़ सकते हैं. विषय रहेगा हिंदी, शीर्षक खतरे में सांप. 2 से 2:30 चैनल नंबर 5 पर जुड़ेंगे मजमून उर्दू के साथ. उन्वान रहेगा गुरु नानक. 2:30 से 3 आप जुड़ेंगे चैनल नंबर 5 पर, विषय हिंदी और शीर्षक रहेगा न्याय की कुर्सी. 3 से 3:30 चैनल नंबर 6 पर जुड़ेंगे संस्कृत के विषय के साथ. 3:30 से 4 चैनल नंबर 6 पर जुड़ सकते हैं सोशल साइंस सब्जेक्ट के साथ और 4 से 5 हमारे ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग कार्यक्रम में, जिसका टॉपिक रहेगा डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी फॉर CWSN। और आखिरी में इसी समय 5 से 5:30 आप हमारे सहयोग के कार्यक्रम के लिए भी जुड़ सकते हैं। हमारे ये सभी प्रोग्राम्स आप देखेंगे NCERT ऑफिशियल और साथ ही PM ई-विद्या के सभी चैनल्स पर। आज का ये प्रोग्राम कैसा लगा आप हमें कमेंट बॉक्स के जरिए भी ज़रूर बताएं। एंड वंस अगेन थैंक यू एंड नमस्कार।